These people thought they made a fool out of you. No, you just know how to play dumb and stay unbothered. See, there are some people who are obsessed with getting a reaction out of you. They want you to care about everything they care about. They want you to respond to everything that they do. But you're unbothered and could care less. You see, when people try to make a fool out of you by making a fool out of themselves and you ignore it, sometimes that makes them even more jealous, even more envious, even more triggered. You see, there are some people, they get triggered and they envy the fact that you are not always bothered. Yes, your peace can disturb some other people's chaos and drama. If you are not full of drama, full of chaos, full of rage, some people will actually take issue with you and try to play you, try to get a reaction out of you simply because you're not thinking about them. You see, they try to make a fool out of you, but you are unbothered and you know how to play dumb. You see, it's not that you don't recognize what they're doing. It's not that you can't see that they are trying to get under your skin or trying to get a reaction out of you. It's the simple fact that you know how to deal with idiots. You know how to deal with people who have nothing better to do except for mess with other people. You understand how to deal with a fool. These people try to make you look like a fool, but they just make themselves look crazy. You see, people who like to go around asking your thoughts and opinions on things that have absolutely nothing to do with you, and you say that has nothing to do with me, they're going to act like you're stuck up. They're going to act like, oh, what, you're too important for this? Absolutely. And as women, I think we have to really get in the habit of saying we're above certain things. If you're above gossip, if you're above wasting your time and energy on people that you do not talk to or worry about, why would you discuss conversations about them? But see, messy, toxic people, they like to do those kind of things. They try to trap you into drama and chaos, and when you don't give them that opportunity, they think that you're an idiot. They think that you're a nerd. They think that you're some chick that's just so clueless that you don't know about anything. But you know a lot more than what they realize. You just don't care. You see, these people try to make a fool out of you, but you know how to play dumb, and you stay unbothered. You can tell when somebody is jealous, when somebody is envious. You can tell when you walk into a room and a woman is checking you up and down. She's giving you that little skunk eye. And the moment you look her in her eyes, she gives you that little fake smile, like that kind of thing. You know that smile. You know that envy stare, but you don't care. And some people take that as you being clueless, as you being a fool. I heard about this new challenge, and it's connected to this kind of sort of because it just shows how cruel people can be. This whole flip the camera challenge, where a stranger will offer to be nice, take a picture or record a video of these people trying to do TikToks in public, and all of a sudden they flip the camera on the person to give a very unflattering image of that individual. Not only is that mean-spirited, but it's absolutely, in my opinion, very wicked. All you see on the other side is these people looking very, either they're happy about just helping somebody out or they're looking a little bit self-conscious. I give you this example to say that when people try to trigger you to get a reaction out of you, when they are jealous, envious, and or toxic, and you are unbothered, they try to make you look crazy. They try to make you look dumb. They try to make you look less than. But when you are unbothered, when you know what they're up to, but you play dumb, these people get even more triggered and they try to figure out, why is she not bothered by this? It's because your soul, unlike theirs, is not tainted. You see, some people, because they are bitter, because they are miserable, because they really don't feel good about themselves, they want to go out and make other people feel bad about themselves. So they try to make you look foolish, and they might do things like try to get you to worry about things that maybe somebody did to you. And I have to say this, be transparent. That has happened to me before in the past, where I might have went through a tough situation. It was crazy. I didn't like it. Didn't like how it ended. And people try to, how can I say it? When something happens to you, or somebody might do something to you or say something to you, but you have gotten over it, People want you to really feel that pain. People who are jealous, envious, and or toxic, they are masters at bringing up things, hoping that you will feel the pain of that thing. And this happens often with women when they are jealous and envious of other women, especially if these are people who are supposedly your friends, but turn out to be your enemies. Let you go through a tough time, let you go through a breakup, but you get over that. These people like to rehash the negative things, the bad things that have happened to you, because they want you to feel it. They want you to look like a fool. They want you to feel like a fool. To me, that's very wicked. That's very demonic when people want you to relive old situations that you have gotten over. Just in my opinion and how I believe, God is not going to bring back to your remembrance something that is so horrible, so painful, that it took you time to get over it. But when people are jealous and envious of how you are now, they want you to look foolish. They want to bring up things that are going to bring you back to that time where you were hurt the most, or where you were really not, as confident as you are now. See, these people try to make you look like a fool. They do that in the way of trying to put you in weird situations or bring up horrible things from your past because they want you to feel something. I don't think this is talked about enough, especially amongst women, because this is one of the passive-aggressive ways, excuse me, this is one of the passive-aggressive ways that women like to get at other women, especially when they're jealous and envious of them. They want you to feel pain. And sometimes that pain is not always physical. If somebody in your life is trying to bring up things that you went through that made you feel bad, made you look bad, and they randomly continue to bring those things up because they're trying to make you look like a fool in a situation. Look, I have heard conversations and know of situations where they would actually ask in hindsight, like, what made you deal with that for all of those years? Why would you even do that? What made you do that? You're better than me. You better than me. And anybody knows when a black person says you better than me, that means you tolerated something crazy, dumb, and stupid that I wouldn't dare have tolerated. So when they say you better than me and things like that, it's like, okay, they're trying to make you look like a fool, but you don't care about this thing anymore. You're unbothered by it. You're aware of what they're saying and what they're trying to do, but you don't care. And you can tell when you're dealing with a hater or a jealous person who is trying to get some kind of reaction out of you. They're trying to take you to that painful place or make you look like a fool. Because the moment you no longer care about that situation, you're not worried about the past. You're over it. You're not giving any thought, time, or attention to it. They get distant. You see, there are some people, they can be so jealous and envious of where you are now. They want to bring up things about your past in order to try to make you look foolish. They want to discredit who you are now based on the situations that you've been through, based on the things you used to deal with and the things you used to tolerate. They want you to feel as if you have made no progress. You see, these people, they want to make you look like a fool because they're a fool, because they're triggered and they're envious and intimidated by the woman you are today. The old you might have dealt with some stuff, but the new you is not dealing with that. And it's hard for them to understand this new version of you. So they want to make you look like a fool, but you know how to play dumb and you're unbothered. Now, when I say playing dumb, I don't mean that if something needs to be addressed or if it's something you need to tend to, you just act like it doesn't exist. But when I say play dumb, I mean you have mastered the art of acting like you don't know a thing when you actually do. And you see, people who thrive on messiness, and because they might be jealous, envious, or just miserable in general, if they're trying to get you involved in something that you do not care about, as women, we have to get better at acting like we don't know. That's not lying. That's withholding information to protect yourself. Just because you know about somebody's life or certain things, or you heard something, that doesn't mean you have to engage with the jealous, envious, toxic person. Oftentimes when people are trying to pick your brain on something that has nothing to do with you, and these people really don't even talk to you like that, you can tell they just want to get involved with you or interact with you so that they can get you caught up in some kind of messiness. That's when you need to play dumb. I can't tell you how many things that I have said I have no idea and I do not care, when I know every single detail of what everything that is going on. But what does it benefit me to tell that person? It'll benefit them if they can get me caught up in some kind of messiness. So I play dumb. See, these people try to make you look like a fool, and yet you don't care, you're unbothered, and you know how to play dumb. And actually, it's not just playing dumb, it's minding your business. See, women who actually have full lives and things going for themselves, they really don't care how they look to haters or people who don't like them. We don't care if we appear to be foolish or kind of clueless to things, because believe it or not, if you're the kind of woman that's not always caught up in drama and you don't have a lot of females hanging around you, some people might think you're a little bit, as they say, slow. And I don't say that in a derogatory way, because as many of you know, I have a child on the autism spectrum. So I'm not using that term lightly. But everybody, especially women who already don't like you and they're jealous and or envious, they'll start assuming, further trying to make you look like a fool. Oh, she must be on the spectrum. That's a new thing they're saying now over on TikTok and in the world, assuming everybody is on the spectrum simply because some people don't want to engage with them. It's not always that. Some people just know a snake when they see one. So these people try to make you look like a fool, but you are unbothered and you know how to play dumb. And they can't stand that. They're trying to figure out, why are you not on the same, as we say where I'm from, why are you not on the same type time as them? Because you don't care. Because you are above that. Because the way you think, the way you feel about things, it's not the same as them. See, these people try to make you look like a fool, but they end up making themselves look foolish. And this leads me to the next point. There are some people, and you have to get used to this, because we have nothing to prove. When a woman is unbothered, when she is fulfilled, when she is happy with her life, when she's happy with her circle of influence and the people she has in her life, she doesn't care if other people think that she might be a little slow, or if, maybe she's super religious, or she's just whatever. People might think you're weird, standoffish. It doesn't matter. People's perception of you, it matters, but it doesn't. It doesn't matter when the person who is perceiving you in a certain way is a hater or a jealous, envious person. If people assume that you're dumb because you're not engaging with the same messy activity they are, that's their problem. If they assume that there's something wrong with you, there's something going on with you, simply because you seem to be unaware of what's going on, that's their problem. I'll tell you this, wise women, women who tend to be more of observers, introverted women, or women who just like to observe and not do a lot of talking, we are often very aware of more things than the average person. We just don't feel the need to speak on everything. And that's one thing that is lacking amongst women today, in my opinion. Women, not all women, of course that goes without saying, but I have to say it for the internet. Many women today lack class, lack decorum, and they really just don't know what to say out of their mouths or when to say it. But when you're a woman who has class, has decorum, and you're not a jealous, envious hater, and you know the dynamic of women, of people in general, but you know how some people can be, you are quick to listen and slow to speak. You are not the kind of woman that's going to offer up ammunition to your enemy, all because you're trying to fill in the space, trying to fill in the silence. You're fine with sitting in silence if that means you do not interact with the hater. So these people, they think you're a fool, but you're actually unbothered and you know how to play dumb. You know a lot more than what they realize, but you don't feel the need to prove anything to them. If they think there's something wrong with you because you're quiet, that's their problem. If they think there's something wrong with you, or you're stuck up, or you're conceited because you're not talking to them, that's their problem. If they think that you have some kind of mental disability, intellectual disability, because you don't want to engage and or offer information, that's their problem. When somebody is overly eager to get information from you, that right there is a red flag that you're dealing with someone at the least who is trying to get you caught up. And you have to watch these people, especially other women, when they try to love bomb you and try to say all kind of sweet nothings to you in the beginning, because a lot of times I have experienced this, and I know people have experienced this. These women will try to steal your ideas. They try to take things from you. They try to get into your space and then try to be you better than you. That's just the dynamic between jealous, envious women. And you really have to watch out for that. That's why, as much as I love getting compliments from people, as much as I love seeing, even on YouTube, I love seeing the wonderful comments and all of that. But certain things I watch because I see deeper than just the words. I see, this girl has been alluding to the fact that she could start her own channel. Is she using my content as influence for her own channel? Is she trying to rework what I'm saying into her own thing? You play dumb, but you see what's going on. So it's like one of those things as women, you just have to stay on your P's and Q's. And I use that as an example. I appreciate all of you, but women can be something else. They will smile in your face while ripping you apart little by little, studying you so that they can become you. See, these people think that you're a fool, but you're just unbothered and you know how to play dumb. You see, being unbothered is that you realize that nobody can do you better than you. So no matter how many notes they try to take, no matter how much they try to copy, nobody can be you better than you. And a hater, a jealous, envious person, they will always feel like they can be you better than you, but they can't. Because as I have said before, authenticity will last, but being fake, that will not last long. So people try to think they can be you better than you. That's a hater in action. But you're unbothered, so you see it for what it is, but you're not worried. That's the part of being unbothered, and yet you play dumb. You see, these people thought you was a fool, but you know exactly what they're up to, and you see them for who and what they are. If somebody assumes that you're dumb because you don't say much, it's because you're the kind of woman that makes moves in the background to protect herself, and you don't waste your energy explaining yourself to a jealous, envious, and or miserable person. So they try to make a fool out of you, they just make a fool out of themselves. And it always catches up with the fool. Like and subscribe to the channel and share this content. Hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, put the high heel emoji in the comment section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.